Hello everyone, welcome to G Advanced 2018 Paper 2 Physics Solutions. Section 1, maximum marks 24. This section contains 6 questions. Each question has 4 options. One or more than one of these 4 options is correct. Marking scheme is as follows. Full marks, that is plus 4 if only all the correct options are chosen. Partial marks plus 3 if all 4 options are correct but only 3 options are chosen. Plus 2 if 3 or more options are correct but only 2 options are chosen, both of which are correct options. Plus 1 if 2 or more options are correct but only one option is chosen and it is a correct option. 0 marks if none of the options is chosen. Minus 2 in all other cases. A particle of mass m is initially at rest at the origin. It is subjected to a force and starts moving along the x-axis. Its kinetic energy k changes with time as dk by dt equal to lambda t, where lambda is a positive constant of appropriate dimensions. Which of the following statements is correct? Kinetic energy of the particle k equal to half mv square, dk by dt equal to half m into 2v dv by dt, which is mv dv by dt. Is equal to lambda t. Rearranging the terms, we have v dv equal to lambda by m t dt. Integrating on both sides, we get v square by 2 equal to lambda by m t square by 2, which gives v equal to root lambda by m to t. For acceleration of the particle, a equal to dv by dt, that is root lambda by m, f equal to ma. So m root lambda by m, which is root m lambda. So options A, B and D are correct. Consider a thin square plate floating on a viscous liquid in a large tank. The height h of the liquid in the tank is much less than the width of the tank. The floating plate is pulled horizontally with a constant velocity u0. Which of the following statements is true? Resistive force or viscous force on the plate F equal to eta A minus dV by dx, that is eta A u0 by h, which gives viscous force proportional to 1 by h. Tangential stress or shearing stress is Fv by A, that is eta u0 by h. Tangential stress is proportional to eta. Tangential stress is proportional to u0. So options A, C and D are correct. An infinitely long, thin, non-conducting wire is parallel to the z-axis and carries a uniform line of charge density lambda. It pierces a thin, non-conducting spherical shell of radius R in such a way that the arc PQ subtends an angle 120 degrees at the center O of the spherical shell as shown in figure. The permittivity of free space is epsilon naught. Which of the following statements is correct? Charge enclosed by the sphere q in equal to pq into lambda, that is 2r cos 30 lambda, that is root 3 r lambda. Electric flux through the sphere phi equal to 1 by epsilon naught q in, that is 1 by epsilon naught root 3 r lambda. The charged wire is along z axis. The electric field is perpendicular to the length of the wire, so the z component of the field is 0 at all points on the surface of the shell. A wire is bent in the shape of a right angle triangle and is placed in front of a concave mirror of focal length f as shown in figure. Which of the figures shown in the 4 options qualitatively represent the shape of the image of the bent wire? Figures are not to scale. As we can see from the diagram, the right angle triangle is ranging from focal point to half of the focal point. The image of the point corresponding to the focal point will be lying at infinity, and the image of the line corresponding to f by 2 is as shown in the ray diagram. So the final answer will be D. In a radioactive decay chain, thorium-90-232 nucleus decays to lead-82-212 nucleus. Let n alpha and n beta be the number of alpha and beta particles respectively emitted in this decay process. Which of the following statements is true? In alpha decay, the atomic number reduces by 2 and mass number reduces by 4. In beta decay, atomic number increases by 1 and mass number remains the same. So for atomic number, 82 equal to 90 minus 2 times n alpha plus 1 times n beta, which gives 2 n alpha minus n beta equal to 8. For mass number, 212 equal to 232 minus 4 n alpha plus 0 times n beta, that is 4 n alpha equal to 20, which gives n alpha equal to 5. Substituting the value of n alpha in the above equation, we get n beta equal to 2. In an experiment to measure the speed of sound by resonating air column, a tuning fork of frequency 500 Hz is used. The length of the air column is varied by changing the level of water in the resonance tube. Two successive resonances are heard at the air columns of length 50.7 cm and 83.9 cm. Which of the following statements is true? Speed of sound from resonating air column method, V equal to 2f times L2 minus L1, that is 2 into 500 times 83.9 minus 50.7, which is 332 meter per second. Length of the air column for nth harmonic, L1 plus E equal to lambda by 4 times 2n plus 1. Length of the air column for n plus 1th harmonic, L2 plus E equal to lambda by 4 times 2n plus 3. 2 minus 1 will give us L2 minus L1 equal to lambda by 4 into 2, from where we get lambda equal to 66.4 centimeter. Section 2, maximum marks 24. This section contains 8 questions. The answer to each question is a numerical value. For each question, enter the correct numerical value in decimal notation, truncated or rounded off to the second decimal place. The marking scheme, full marks plus 3 if only the correct numerical value is entered, 0 in all other cases. A solid horizontal surface is covered with a thin layer of oil. A rectangular block of mass 0.4 kg is at rest on this surface. An impulse of 1 Newton second is applied to the block at time t equal to 0 so that it starts moving along the x-axis with a velocity vt equal to v0 e power minus t by tau, where v0 is constant and tau equal to 4 seconds. The displacement of the block in meters at t equal to tau is, take e power minus 1 equal to 0.37. Impulse is change in momentum, j equal to m of v minus u, 0.4 of v0 minus 0 equal to 0.4 v0, that is v0 equal to j by 0.4, which is 1 by 0.4, 2.5 meter per second. For displacement of the block, we can integrate the velocity function v equal to v0 e power minus t by tau, dx by dt equal to v0 e power minus t by tau, dx equal to v0 e power minus t by tau into dt. X equal to integral dx, that is v0 integral 0 to tau e power minus t by tau dt, that is v0 e power minus t by tau by minus 1 by tau. Under the limits of 0 to 4 seconds, it becomes v0 tau of 1 minus e power minus 1, 2.5 into 4 into 0.63, which is 6.3 meter. A ball is projected from the ground at an angle of 45 degrees with the horizontal surface. It reaches a maximum height of 120 meter and returns to ground. Upon hitting the ground for first time, it loses half of its kinetic energy. Immediately after the bounce, the velocity of the ball makes an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal surface. The maximum height it reaches after the bounce in meters is: maximum height attained by the ball h equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, 120 equal to u square sin square 45 by 2g, which gives u square by 4g equal to 120. Let v be the velocity of the ball after first bounce, so v can be written as root of vx square plus vy square. Angle made by the velocity vector with the horizontal after first bounce is given to be 30 degrees. So tan 30 equal to Vy by Vx, that is 1 by root 3 equal to Vy by Vx, which gives Vx equal to root 3 times Vy. Given K2 equal to half of K initial, that is half mv square equal to half of half mu square, that's a half m into Vx square plus Vy square equal to half of half mu square, that is Vx square plus Vy square equal to u square by 2. 3Vy square plus Vy square equal to u square by 2, which gives Vy equal to u by 2 root 2. Maximum height attained after the first bounce h equal to Vy square by 2g, that is u square by 16g, 1/4 of u square by 4g, that is 120 by 4, which is 30 meter. A particle of mass 10 power minus 3 kg and charge 1 coulomb is initially at rest. At a time t equal to 0, the particle comes under the influence of an electric field Et equal to E0 sin omega t I, where E0 is 1 Newton per coulomb and omega equal to 10 power 3 radian per second. Consider the effect of only the electrical force on the particle, then the maximum speed in meter per second attained by the particle at subsequent times is. Electric field applied to the particle E equal to E0 sin omega t I, that is E equal to 1 sin omega t, that is sin omega t. Force acting on the particle F equal to EQ, that is sin omega t into 1, that is sin omega t. Acceleration of the particle A equal to F by m sin omega t by 10 power minus 3, that is 1000 sin omega t. For velocity of the particle, we can write A equal to dv by dt, that is equal to 1000 sin omega t, dv equal to 1000 sin omega t dt. Applying integration on both sides, v equal to integral dv, that is 1000 integral 0 to t sin omega t dt, 1000 of minus cos omega t by omega under the limits t to 0. After substituting the limits, we get it as 1 minus cos omega t. Maximum value of this function is possible when cos omega t is minus 1. So the maximum speed of the particle is 2 meters per second. A moving coil galvanometer has 50 turns and each turn has an area of 2 into 10 power minus 4 meters square. The magnetic field produced by the magnet inside the galvanometer is 0.02 Tesla. The torsional constant of the suspension wire is 10 power minus 4 Newton meter per radian. When a current flows through the galvanometer, a full-scale deflection occurs if the coil rotates by 0.2 radian. The resistance of the coil of the galvanometer is 50 ohm. This galvanometer is to be converted into an ammeter capable of measuring current in the range of 0 to 1 ampere. For this purpose, a shunt resistance is to be added in parallel to the galvanometer. The value of this shunt resistance in ohms is: principle of moving coil galvanometer. Deflecting torque equal to restoring torque. C theta equal to BIAN. I equal to C theta by BAN. Substituting the given numerical values, we get I equal to 0.1 ampere. Shunt resistance required S equal to G by I by Ig minus 1. 50 by 1 by 0.1 minus 1, that is 50 by 9, which is 5.56 ohm. A steel wire of diameter 0.5 mm and Young's modulus 2 into 10 power 11 SI units carries a load of mass capital M. The length of the wire with the load is 1 meter. A vernier caliper with 10 divisions is attached to the end of the wire. Next to the steel wire is a reference wire to which a main scale of least count 1 mm is attached. The 10 divisions of the vernier scale correspond to 9 divisions of the main scale. If the load on the steel wire is increased by 1.2 kg, the vernier scale division which coincides with the main scale division is: take G equal to 10 meter per second square. Area of cross section of the wire A equal to pi d square by 4, that is pi times 0.25 into 10 power minus 6 by 4, 19.625 into 10 power minus 8 meters square. Elongation in the wire delta L equal to FL by AY, MGL by AY, that is 1.2 into 10 into 1 by 19.625 into 10 power minus 8 into 2 into 10 power 11, which simplifies to 0.3 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Least count of the vernier calipers: 1 MSD minus 1 VSD, that is 1 minus 9 by 10, that is 0.1 mm. So the vernier scale reading is 3. 1 mole of a monoatomic ideal gas undergoes an adiabatic expansion in which its volume becomes 8 times the initial value. If the initial temperature of the gas is 100 Kelvin, the universal gas constant is 8 joule per mole Kelvin. The decrease in its internal energy in joule is: relation between volume and temperature in adiabatic process. Tv power gamma minus 1 equal to constant. So T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 equal to T2 V2 power gamma minus 1, 100 into V power 5 by 3 minus 1 equal to T2 into 8V whole power 5 by 3 minus 1. Simplifying this expression will give the value of T2 as 25 Kelvin. Decrease in internal energy delta U equal to NCV dt 1 into 3 by 2 R into 100 minus 25, that is 900 joule. In a photoelectric experiment, a parallel beam of monochromatic light with power of 200 watt is incident on a perfectly absorbing cathode of work function 6.25 electron volt. The frequency of light is just above the threshold frequency so that the photoelectrons are emitted with negligible kinetic energy. Assume that the photoelectron emission efficiency is 100%. A potential difference of 500 volt is applied between the cathode and anode. All the emitted electrons are incident normally on the anode and are absorbed. The anode experiences a force F equal to N into 10 power minus 4 Newton due to the impact of the electrons. The value of F is: mass of the electron 9 into 10 power minus 31 kg and 1 electron volt equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. Power of parallel beam of light instant on the surface P equal to 200 watt. Number of electrons emitted per second P equal to Ne by T, N equal to Pt by E, that is Pt by 5. 200 into 1 by 6.25 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19, that is 2 into 10 power 20. Velocity acquired by the electrons V equal to root of 2 times E by m into V, which we have obtained from work energy theorem, half m square equal to EV. Substituting the numerical values, we get velocity equal to 10 power 7 into 1.32 meter per second. Change in momentum of the electrons delta P equal to nmv, that is 2 into 10 power 20 into 9 into 10 power minus 31 into 1.32 into 10 power 7. 23.76 into 10 power minus 4 kg meter per second. Force acting on the electrons F equal to delta P by delta T, that is 23.76 into 10 power minus 4 by 1, which is 24 into 10 power minus 4 Newton. So we get N equal to 24. Consider a hydrogen-like ionized atom with atomic number Z and single electron. In the emission spectrum of this atom, the photon emitted in n equal to 2 to n equal to 1 transition has energy 74.8 electron volt higher than the photon emitted in n equal to 3 to n equal to 2 transition. The ionization energy of the hydrogen atom is 13.6 electron volt. The value of Z is energy of radiation emitted by the hydrogen atom E equal to 13.6 of 1 by n final square minus 1 by n initial square. Energy of radiation emitted by hydrogen like atom E equal to 13.6 of 1 by n final square minus 1 by n initial square of Z square. Energy emitted in the first transition E1 equal to 13.6 times 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square into Z square, that is 13.6 into 3 by 4 times Z square, 10.2 Z square electron volt. Energy emitted in the second transition E2 equal to 13.6 of 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 3 square into Z square, that is 13.6 into 5 by 36 Z square, 1.89 Z square electron volt. Given E1 equal to 74.8 plus E2. 10.2 Z square equal to 74.8 plus 1.89 Z square, which gives Z equal to 3. Section 3, maximum marks 12. This section contains 4 questions. Each question has 2 matching lists, list 1 and list 2. 4 options are given representing matching of elements from list 1 and list 2. Only one of these 4 options correspond to a correct matching. The marking scheme: full marks plus 3 if only the option corresponding to the correct matching is chosen. 0 marks if none of the options is chosen. Negative marks -1 in all other cases. The electric field E measured at a point P 0, 0, D generated due to various charge distributions and the dependence of E on D is found to be different for different charge distributions. List 1 contains different relations between E and D. List 2 describes different electric charge distributions along with their locations. Match the functions in list 1 with related charge distributions in list 2. List 1. E is independent of D. E is proportional to 1 by D. E is proportional to 1 by D square. E is proportional to 1 by D cube. List 2. A point charge Q at the origin. A small dipole with a point charges Q at 0, 0 L and minus Q at 0, 0 minus L, taking 2L to be very much less than D. An infinite line charge coincident with the x-axis with uniform line charge density lambda. 2 infinite wires carrying uniform linear charge densities parallel to the x-axis. The one along y equal to 0, z equal to L has a charge density plus lambda, and the one along y equal to 0, z equal to minus L has a charge density of minus lambda, taking 2L is very much less than D. Infinite plane charge coincident with xy plane with uniform surface charge density. The electric field E is measured at point P 0, 0, D. The point is on the z-axis. Infinite plane charge coincident with the xy plane with uniform surface charge density. Electric field intensity is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So E is independent of D. An infinite line charge coincident with the x-axis with uniform linear charge density lambda. Electric field intensity E equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught. lambda by d, so E is inversely proportional to d. A point charge q at the origin E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by d square, so electric field is proportional to 1 by d square. A small dipole with point charges q at 0 0 L and minus q at 0 0 minus L, taking 2L to be very much less than d. Electric field intensity on the axis of the dipole E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into 2L into 2d by d square minus L square whole square. For 2L very much less than d, E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 times q into 2L by d cube. One mole of a monoatomic ideal gas undergoes 4 thermodynamic processes as shown schematically in the PV diagrams below. Among these 4 processes, one is isobaric, one is isochoric, one is isothermal and one is adiabatic. Match the processes mentioned in list 1 with the corresponding statements in list 2. Process 1 is adiabatic expansion, dq equal to 0. Process 2 is isobaric expansion, dp is 0. Process 3 isochoric process, dv equal to 0. Process 4 is isothermal expansion, dt equal to 0. In adiabatic process, no heat is exchanged between the gas and the surroundings. In isobaric process, work done W equal to P delta V, 3 P naught of 3 V naught minus V naught, that is 6 times P naught V naught. Isochoric process, work done W equal to P delta V, that is P into 0, that is 0. Isothermal process, temperature remains constant. In the list 1 below, 4 different paths of a particle are given as functions of time. In these functions, alpha and beta are positive constants of appropriate dimensions and alpha is not equal to beta. In each case, the force acting on the particle is either 0 or conservative. In list 2, 5 physical quantities of the particle are mentioned. P bar is the linear momentum, L bar is the angular momentum about origin, K is the kinetic energy, U is the potential energy and E is the total energy. Match each path in list 1 with those quantities in list 2 which are conserved for the path. For option P, R bar T equal to alpha T I plus beta T J, dr by dt equal to V bar, that is alpha I plus beta J, so velocity is constant. Momentum of the particle P bar equal to mv bar, so momentum is also a constant value. Acceleration of the particle A bar equal to dv by dt, that is a 0, indicating that force is also 0. Relation between force and potential energy, F equal to minus du by dr, 0 equal to minus du by dr, indicating that u is constant. Kinetic energy of the particle K equal to half mv square, that is half m into alpha square plus beta square, so K is constant. Total energy E equal to K plus U, we can see is a constant value. Angular momentum L bar equal to R bar cross P bar, that is R bar cross mv bar, m times alpha ti plus beta tj cross alpha i plus beta j, which is 0. For option Q, r bar equal to alpha cos omega ti plus beta sin omega tj, dr by dt equal to v bar, that is minus alpha omega sin omega ti plus beta omega cos omega tj, which is a variable value. Momentum of the particle p bar equal to mv bar. Momentum is also a variable as velocity is variable. Acceleration of the particle a bar equal to dv bar by dt, that is minus alpha omega square cos omega t I cap plus minus beta omega square sin omega t j cap, that is minus omega square r cap, which is non-zero. Force acting on the particle F bar equal to ma bar, that is minus m omega square r bar. Potential energy of the particle U equal to minus integral f dr, that is minus half m omega square r square, which is minus half m omega square of alpha square plus beta square. Kinetic energy of the particle K equal to half m square, that is a half m omega square of alpha square plus beta square. Total energy of the particle E equal to K plus U, half m omega square of alpha square plus beta square minus half m omega square of alpha square plus beta square, that is 0. Angular momentum of the particle L bar equal to r bar cross p bar, r bar cross mv bar, m omega alpha beta k cap, which is a constant value. For option R, r bar equal to alpha times cos omega ti plus sin omega tj, dr by dt, that is v bar equal to alpha times minus omega sin omega ti plus omega cos omega tj, which is a variable value. Acceleration of the particle a bar equal to dv bar by dt, that is alpha times minus omega square cos omega ti minus omega square sin omega tj. Force acting on the particle F equal to ma bar minus m alpha omega square of cos omega ti plus sin omega tj. Potential energy U equal to minus integral f bar dot dr bar, that is equal to 0. Momentum of the particle p bar equal to mv bar, that is m alpha omega of minus sin omega ti plus cos omega tj, which is a variable value. Angular momentum of the particle L bar equal to r bar cross p bar, that is r bar cross mv bar, m times r bar cross v bar, that is m omega alpha square k cap, which is a constant. Kinetic energy of the particle K equal to half m square, half m alpha square omega square, that is constant. Total energy E equal to K plus U, half m alpha square omega square plus 0, that is half m alpha square omega square, which is a constant. For the option S, r bar equal to alpha ti plus beta by 2 t square j, dr by dt equal to v bar, that is alpha I plus beta tj, which is dependent on time. Kinetic energy of the particle K equal to half m square, that is a half m of alpha square plus beta square t square. Acceleration of the particle a bar equal to dv by dt, that is beta j. Force acting on the particle F bar equal to ma bar m beta j. Potential energy of the particle U equal to minus integral f bar dot dr bar minus integral m beta j cap dot alpha dt I plus beta t dt j. So u equal to minus m beta square integral t dt, that is minus half m beta square t square. Total energy E equal to K plus U, that is half m alpha square plus half m beta square t square minus half m beta square t square, which is half m alpha square, which is a constant value.